Hi there. We're continuing on with part 2 of our video covering the Health Professions Track section of UCSB's Health Professions Advising website. In part 1, we covered the prerequisite courses beginning with general chemistry through biochemistry. Part 2 picks up with the math prerequisites. Many professional school programs require a full year of math, which can include a combination of calculus, statistics, and other college level math courses. Our Math and Statistics for Pre-Health Students document is a visual guide to help students decide which math courses they should consider taking to satisfy this requirement. AP credit with UCSB equivalent courses will not show up on the official transcript, which is often a requirement for the professional schools that will accept AP credit to satisfy prerequisite course requirements. Students who receive credit for math courses through AP examination, usually for Math 34A and or B and Math 3A and or B, have a couple of options for ensuring the math courses show on their official transcript. These options include taking the next course in the sequence, taking additional math courses, and taking the equivalent courses at a community college. If you would like to discuss these options, please first review the Math and Statistics for Pre-Health Students document, then contact Pre-Health Advising. Many professional schools require students to demonstrate proficiency in writing by taking a full year of courses whose primary focus is on direct instruction and composition. Courses in both the English and writing departments may satisfy this requirement. The AP limitations may also apply to the English requirements, which means students who receive units through AP examination that satisfy UCSB writing requirements will likely need to complete additional college-level writing courses. Having a foundational understanding of concepts associated with psychology and sociology is not only beneficial to students in gaining an understanding of the various issues that their future patients may face. The concepts learned in these courses may also be assessed by admissions tests. For example, in the Psychological, Social, and Biological Foundations of Behavior section of the MCAT. Because of this, we recommend, and some professional schools may require, at least one course in each area be taken. Although not an explicit requirement for medical school, some programs, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, physician assistant, and nursing, do require students to take one course each in human anatomy and human physiology with labs. Unfortunately, UCSB does not offer these courses with labs, which means you will need to complete them at another institution. Students who want to remain in the Santa Barbara-Goleta area may wish to take these courses at SBCC, as SBCC offers both courses with labs. However, students may complete these courses at another institution of their choice. When you take these courses is dependent on many factors, so we encourage you to speak to a pre-health advisor to help you determine the best timing for your particular situation. Additionally, some UCSB majors may require a course in physiology. If this is the case, you must complete the physiology course at UCSB or another UC, because community college courses in physiology cannot satisfy this particular requirement. Professional schools sometimes have minimum requirements for courses that need to be completed. However, most students will exceed the minimum requirements by choosing to take additional courses in the sciences. We've provided some examples, but individual programs may also have suggestions for recommended courses, so be sure to look for these on each program's website as you research. In a future video, we will share some tips to help students get started researching admissions requirements for individual professional schools. The sample schedules are meant to be used as a guide. While year 1 will be similar for many students, some of you will have some variation for different reasons, and that's okay. Year 2 is often difficult for many students because, up until this point, they have only had one science course and lab to manage, possibly along with a math and a GE course. We encourage you to not get discouraged by the sample schedule's winter course suggestions. However, we do want students to understand that professional school coursework and course loads will be far more rigorous, so gaining the exposure now and implementing effective time management and study skills will only benefit you in the long run. In the Examine GPA section, we provide a brief overview of the admission tests required for the different professional schools, as well as the competitive GPAs that students should strive to achieve and maintain. It is important that students understand that most professional schools require grades of C or better to be earned in their prerequisite courses, C being the minimum. When it comes to GPAs, the general rule of thumb is to shoot for GPAs at or above a 3.5 in both the sciences or your BCPM GPA and your cumulative GPA or your all other GPA. The timeline section, like the sample schedule, should also be viewed as a guide. It is simply meant to provide some suggestions for activities that students might consider taking part in during their time at UCSB. Students who haven't started activities during certain years should not feel behind or that they have to adhere to this particular timeline. In the additional resources section of each pre-health track, we've included important resources that students will need to access and become familiar with if they want to successfully navigate their pre-health track. The additional resources sections contain links to the centralized application service, admission test, and professional organizations associated with each profession. Each section also contains a preparation chart that is also meant to serve as a guide for students. Lastly, at the bottom of each pre-health track is a link to a document containing answers to questions that students and others frequently ask our pre-health advisors. We highly recommend students review the FAQs as many questions can be answered, or at least more insight can be gained from doing so. This concludes our review of the pre-health track section of our website. We hope that you found it helpful, and we hope you tune in to the next video in our series, in which we'll provide some tips to help students get started researching information on professional schools that they might apply to down the road. Thanks for watching.